What's up, Bulldogs? All right, let's talk about why nice guys finish last. All right, I got a comment on one of my videos talking about, if this is true, then why do nice guys finish last? And I was talking about basically how to be a man in a relationship, or how a woman is a reflection of the man you're with, and how you're kind of like the gardener and the woman is the soil, and you're going to reap what you sow. And so the behaviors that you don't like in women, especially women that you're in a relationship with, those are the things that you've sown by the way that you've acted as a man. And so a lot of what I've been talking about on this channel, on my other podcast, is really behaviors that a lot of guys would say that is a nice guy behavior, right? Being super kind and compassionate and caring and emotionally understanding. And some guys would even look at that as almost as if you're tolerating disrespect, which is absolutely not what I'm talking about. So I want to kind of clarify what it is to be a nice guy, what the difference between a nice guy and a kind guy is, which is what I'm saying, and why women are not attracted to nice guys, but they will be attracted to the kind of man that I'm describing and I'm helping you to become with some of these videos that, again, when you look at these videos and you look at what I'm saying, you might think, oh, wow, this is like going backwards, right? Did John forget about all the stuff that he learned about the nature of women and masculinity? All right. So first of all, what is a nice guy? All right. So a nice guy is a guy who is a people pleaser, right? So a nice guy does things not because he wants to do them, but because he is avoiding the punishment of not doing them, right? So he's afraid to not do the things. If he doesn't do this thing, then someone's going to be upset with him, or they're not going to like him. A nice guy is doing things in order to get people to like him because he doesn't feel confident in himself. So when I say to stop being a nice guy, and when I say that nice guys finish last, the reason why nice guys finish last is because women are not going to be attracted to a guy that does not have the leadership qualities that I'm talking about in these relationship videos, and is not going to be able to stand up to her, stand up to other people, and say what he wants to say and do things based on his own judgment, right? So that's why women aren't attracted to nice guys. It's not attractive. A nice guy is going to be a guy that is going to always be doing things in order to get something. He's going to be secretive. He's going to be covert because he has this covert contract. He's doing this thing. The reason why he's buying the girl flowers, or he's doing a favor for the girl, or taking her, giving her a gift, or giving her a ride, is not because he just wants to do those things. He's doing those things in order for her to like him, because he thinks that he's going to garner her favor by doing that. And then eventually, if she likes him enough, then she would want to sleep with him, or she might be attracted to him physically. And that's very unattractive because he doesn't value himself, right? A man that values himself, he can still be kind, but he's not going to be a nice guy. He's not going to be doing things in order to gain those things, because he doesn't need to, because he already has a high value and an esteem of himself. All right. Now you contrast this to a kind guy. What's a kind guy? A kind guy might look like he's doing some of the same actions and behaviors as a nice guy. But what a kind guy is doing is he's doing those things because he wants to do them. He's chosen to do those things, and he's not looking for a specific outcome from those things. So if a kind guy were to buy a girl flowers, he would be buying a girl flowers because he wanted to do that, and he doesn't need her to like him. He's not doing it because by doing this, she's going to like him anymore. He's doing it out of a romantic interest that he wants to make her feel special, or he wants to make her feel good. And that even though it seems like the exact same action, she can sense the difference. And you can sense the difference when someone's being nice to you or someone's being kind to you, right? Is someone doing something because they're a suck up and they're trying to get you to like them, or they're trying to avoid you getting upset at them, or are they doing it because they genuinely want to help you, right? You know the difference between those two types of people, right? And so what I'm telling you in a lot of these videos and a lot of this content I'm creating recently is how to be a kind guy, right? And what that means is, it means a guy that is going to operate out of a gentleness and a generosity to other people, and from a place of emotional mastery, right? Someone who is stoic, who cares deeply about other people, especially a woman, and is able to show her and express to her that. On the other hand, the other attribute that is important in this case, because remember I said is it's about leadership, right? Because I'm talking about being a leader, and being a leader is leading by example. It's leading in the right direction. It's doing the right things in order to produce in people the right results that you want them to have, right? It's helping them, but also it's having a backbone. It's standing up for yourself, but doing it in the right way. See, a person who is weak, who stands up for themselves, does that in a very violent and very reactive way. What I mean by that is that when someone steps on their toes, they react very angrily. They get mad. They say, "Don't do this. Nobody's going to treat me this way." All of these type of things, right? Because they're weak, right? And that's why they're acting that way, is because they're trying to prove something. They're not secure in their own self and their own masculinity, right? Whereas a very strong person who is insulted, disrespected, whatever that is, someone steps on their toes, they don't need to be reactive. They can just respond. If they don't want to have that person in their life, they can cut that person out of their life. If they need to make a change, they can instruct the change that needs to happen, but they don't need to prove anything because they already know who they are, right? They already know the value that they have, and they expect other people to know that value as well. And so that's the thing that you have to understand about all of these things, especially on some of those videos that I created where I was talking about how to treat a woman and how every word that you say deeply affects a woman that you're with, and how she's a reflection of you. And if you're seeing bad behaviors in her, it's because you have implanted those behaviors, or you haven't been the leader to get rid of those behaviors, and you haven't perhaps loved her in the right way or shown her the emotional safety that she needs in order to trust you. And see, all of this emotional safety, all of this being a protector and provider type of man, and providing that support in the right environment for a woman, is all about her developing a trust for you. And as she has a trust for you, then she will submit to your leadership. And as she submits to your leadership, then if there's things that need to be corrected, you can correct those things, because she will willingly want to do those things in order to make you happy and to make the relationship better, right? And so you really have to understand that even though a lot of guys have told you all of these things about women and have said, oh, well, doesn't that make women not responsible for their own actions and all of these things, that you ultimately have to understand that a leader's role is to take full responsibility. And so if you're going to be a leader, you have to take full responsibility, right? Which means that you're going to have a backbone. It means you're going to have to stand up for yourself. But like I said, the way that you do that as a masculine man who's confident and strong is not in the same way that you do that if you're weak. When you stand up for yourself, it just means that you know what your place is, and you don't listen to things that are against that. You don't have to argue those points. You don't have to get upset, get angry, any of those things. You just know where you stand, right? And that's really the key, right? So I'm never saying to be a pushover. I'm never saying to not correct issues that need to be corrected, right? Those are the things sometimes that a nice guy would do, right? That's not what it is about. It's not about being a pushover, right? It's about being a man that has a backbone, right? Meaning that he makes his own judgment calls. He's not afraid to say no. He's not afraid to let people down or disappoint people if his decision is such that that's what's going to happen. He doesn't make the decisions only to make people happy or to get people to like him. He doesn't really care if people like him. He cares about doing what he believes is the right thing, right? And see, you can understand maybe from a female perspective of how a woman would be attracted to a man who always makes a choice to do what he believes is the right thing and is not influenced by her liking him or not, or liking the idea, right? Or sex or something like that, or other people, right? He's making his choice as a man. That's someone that you could trust, because you know when they're doing something, they're doing it because they believe that it's right, and not because they're avoiding some kind of consequence or they're being bribed in some way, right? They're doing it because that is the right thing. And so you can follow that person, right? That person you could actually trust as a leader. Whereas, again, the nice guy, what is he doing? Well, he's being influenced. He's trying to do things in order to please people or to not make them upset with him, right? So how can you trust that man? So obviously, a woman's not going to be attracted to that. On the other hand, what about the guy that just that doesn't have any kind of compassion and it doesn't have the level of emotional mastery and kindness that that a man should have, that treats a woman in a negative way, that's always skeptical of her and harsh and rebukes her harshly? What about that guy, right? Well, that guy isn't very trustworthy as well, because you don't feel like he has your best interests at heart, right? So if you're a man, right, in a relationship or even outside of a relationship, but if you're a man who people feel like you have their best interests at heart and you're always going to make the decision based on what you believe is correct, not influenced by other people's dislike of it or trying to earn their approval, then people are going to respect you, and a woman is going to respect you, and she's going to be attracted to you because she can put her trust into you, right? So, I understand, again, like all the all the things that a lot of guys think about some of these things that I'm saying, and how it appears very much like the behaviors that I'm talking about are nice guy behaviors. But like I said, the biggest thing is the why. The why that you're doing things is very, very important, and it does come across in everything that you do. So the next time that you are debating this thing or thinking about this, think about what does the strong masculine man do, right? He makes his own decisions, right? He's not influenced by other people or even by his emotions in making those decisions. He's always trying to make the right call. So he's not afraid to say no. He's got that backbone, but also he's kind and gentle. He's putting the needs of other people above his own, especially in a relationship, a marriage, and whatnot. And he makes people feel that way so that they know that it's unbiased. Because if someone is doing whatever they want and they're doing it in a selfish way, you can't trust them either, right? The only way you can truly trust a person is if they are doing what they believe is correct. You know that they're competent, and you know that they're doing the things in order to benefit you as opposed to only for their own benefit. So I can't really spell it out any more clear than that. If you guys want some help becoming that man, I have revamped the Bulldog Mindset membership. This is my first announcement of the revamp membership. You can find a link down below, and if you click that link, you'll be able to get access to the new membership. Before the prices go up, I'm going to do an official launch, and the prices will be jumping up, but there's a ton of stuff in there. Watch the video where I talk about the membership and everything that's in there, and you can see it there. If you were a member and you want to come back, please do. There's going to be a lot more cool stuff going on in the membership, and like I said, the price is going to be going up at the time of recording this video. You've probably got maybe a week or two, but I'd love to see you in there. And like I said, nice guy is going to finish last. It's just how it is, and it's good, because you shouldn't strive to be a nice guy. Right? You should strive to be a kind guy. There's been so much confusion about this, about the difference between being an asshole and a nice guy, and women like assholes and all this stuff, that it's got a lot of guys confused. But I want to help set you straight on this. And if you can figure this stuff out, believe me, guys, you will be the rare unicorn of a man that women will be extremely attracted to, and that women chase, that they would they would do anything for. It's just that most men do not understand this at all. And it's such an amazing thing that we've gotten this far in life, and there's been so many philosophies and so many things have come out that most men just do not get this. But I'm telling you, if you get this, your life will change drastically.